In today's video, SUCROSE, a Mondstadt alchemist filled with curiosity about all things. SUCROSE is a 4-star Anemo character, catalyst user, buffer, debuffer, and battery for your teams. In this video you'll find tips, talents explanations, artifact sets, weapons, and more, so keep watching if you want to have the best SUCROSE in Genshin. But before getting started, if you have crazy builds or if you're struggling with building a character, you can join my Discord server where you can flex and ask for tips to improve your character's build. You can also ask to be included in future videos and be part of other communities to make friends and have fun in other games when you're not playing Genshin. You're more than welcome to join, and with that out of the way, this is your character investment, and let's jump right into her active talents. With the normal attack, she performs up to 4 attacks using Wind Spirit, dealing Anemo damage, and with the charge attack, she consumes a certain amount of stamina and deals AoE Anemo damage after a short casting time. This could come useful in certain situations, but let's go ahead with her kit. With the skill, SUCROSE creates a small Wind Spirit that pulls opponents and objects towards its location, launches opponents within its AoE, and deals Anemo damage. This is good for small opponents, but unfortunately, it loses its potential quickly when you have bigger opponents. With the burst, SUCROSE throws a larger Wind Spirit. The large Wind Spirit will continuously pull in surrounding opponents and objects, launch nearby opponents, and deal Anemo damage. Her burst succeeds a little more in crowd control than the skill, but it's still pretty weak with some opponents. But if the Wind Spirit comes in contact to Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, or Electro, it will deal additional elemental damage of that type. This is good for elemental reaction, more elemental damage, and general damage too. So the level priority is given to burst, skill, and last normal attack. Let's have a look at her passive talent now. With the first one, when SUCROSE triggers a real reaction, all characters in the party within the matching element, excluding SUCROSE, have their elemental mastery increased by 50 for 8 seconds. I have to say this is pretty good. Of course, it works only for Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, and Electro characters, but it's really good for elemental reaction damage. With the second one, when SUCROSE skill or burst hits an opponent, increases all party members, excluding SUCROSE, elemental mastery by an amount equal to 20% of SUCROSE elemental mastery for 8 seconds. This is really good too for elemental reactions damage and counts also for Dendro, Anemo, and Geo characters. Of course, it's not useful for Geo, but just know it counts. We never know. With the third one, when SUCROSE crafts character and weapon enchantment materials, she has a 10% chance to obtain double the product. Really useful when you build characters, of course. Before we uncover her artifacts options, the majority of the viewers are not subscribed, so subscribe to the channel if you like this kind of content, and make sure to activate the notifications to not miss out on future guides of your favorite characters. So for 2P, she can use 2P's Elemental Mastery, Wanderer's Troop, Gilded Dreams, and Flower of Paradise Lost, 2P's Anemo damage bonus, Viridescent Venerer, and Desert Pavilion. For 4P's giver, Viridescent Venerer, which increases her drill damage and decreases opponent's resistance of the elements across drill came in contact to. And that's all I can recommend for her. Just know that if she can play with Viridescent, she's not that strong and not that fundamental for your teams. Main stats are Energy Recharge or Elemental Mastery on the Sand, Elemental Mastery on the Goblet, and Elemental Mastery on the Circlet. Substats are Elemental Mastery, Energy Recharge, Crits, and Attack. But before we uncover her weapons options, what brought you to build SUCROSE in 2024 although we have Kazu and Shilonen? Let me know in the comment section, this is just out of curiosity. For weapons options, we have 1000 Flurry Dreams, which gives her a lot of EM, and the effect increases her elemental mastery and elemental damage based on the team comps, and grants to all party members, SUCROSE excluded, to have elemental mastery increased by 40. Skyward Atlas, which gives her a lot of attack, but the effect increases her elemental damage. The rest deals damage based on SUCROSE attack, which is not perfect, but this weapon gives a lot of it, so it could be decent. For 4-star options, we have Favonius Codex, which gives her energy recharge and the effect grants particles if you have enough crit rate. Mappa Mare, which gives her elemental mastery and the effect grants her elemental damage bonus upon triggering an elemental reaction, which is what she does all the time when she is off field, so this is quite good for her and also easy to activate. Last option is Sacrificial Fragment, which also gives elemental mastery and the effect allow you to use her skill twice, which in her case is good for damage, crowd control, and particles. Let's have a look at her constellations now. First one, SUCROSE elemental skill gains 1 additional charge, it's good for particles and swirl. Second, the duration of her burst is increased by 2 seconds, also quite good since her burst duration is 6 seconds, which is really short. In this way it lasts 8 seconds, which is better. Third, increases the level of the skill by 3, really good. Fourth, SUCROSE will reduce the cooldown of her skill by 1 to 7 seconds for every 7 normal or charge attack hits she scores against opponents. This is also really good since her cooldown is already 15 seconds. In this way you can use her skill every time you need to, since there's more chance it will be ready. Fifth, increases the level of the burst by 3, good too. And last one, If her burst triggers an elemental absorption, all party members gain a 20% elemental damage bonus for the corresponding absorbed element during its duration. This is really good for your DPS, and why not even supports. Let's have a look at her team comps now. First option is a classic upper carry team with Raiden, SUCROSE, Bennett, and Sarah, where you will Raiden's Electro with SUCROSE, then Bennett's Burst and Skill, Sarah's Skills and Burst, and again with Raiden's Skill and Burst. Second option can be a freeze team with Ayaka, SUCROSE, Charlotte, and Xingqiu. The rotation can be Charlotte Skill, SUCROSE Skill, then Xingqiu with Burst and Skill, SUCROSE Burst, Charlotte Burst, and last Ayaka. Last option is an Electro Charge team with Nuvilette, SUCROSE, Cookie, and Auroron. You start with Nuvilette Skill, then SUCROSE Skill, Auroron Skill and Burst, Cookie Skill, SUCROSE Burst, and Nuvilette Burst and Charge Attack. Of course, these were just examples. You can use SUCROSE with Cryo, Electro, Hydro, and Pyro characters, Dendro in certain situations. And that's all you needed to know about our Alchemist SUCROSE. I hope this video came useful to you. Don't forget to leave a comment on what you think of this character. I remind you to subscribe to the channel and also to my TikTok and Instagram accounts. To join my Discord server if you want to participate to the next video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye!